Good morning, campers. It is day 64 on the Florida Trail, and it is road walking again this morning, probably for about 11 or 12 miles. So I'm going to try to do this before too many cars come by, just because it gets noisy. Here comes one now. We had a lovely stay at the Hillcrest Baptist Church last night, and with all the food that they had there, we didn't really eat our own dinner, and we didn't eat our own breakfast, pretty much. So here comes another car. It is currently about 10 after 7, and we are about a mile in on our 19.5-mile day. I think, yeah, like I said, 11 or 12 of that is road walking, and then we'll get into the Econfina River section, which we're looking forward to. We hear it's very nice, beautiful section. And of course, I'm not sure if we're saying that right. We've heard 2 or 3 people say it different ways, but we're going to stick with Econfina, just for consistency's sake. So that's pretty much our day so far. We'll give you a little bit more later. It's probably about 50 degrees this morning, something like that. And blue skies. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. So before these cars come, we'll say hope you're having a great day, and we'll catch up with you shortly. Somebody here is a train enthusiast, it looks like. A couple of little miniature trains. That's pretty cool. Becoming one of our favorite stores on the Florida Trail. It's taking a stop here at the Dollar General. We are 8 miles into our 19.5-mile day. So we are gonna take a break here, maybe get a cold drink. We gotta planned on picking up a few food items so we could lighten our load a little bit for the last day and a half. So we'll move on shortly. We just left the Dollar General, crossed over the highway up here, taking a little side road to get back to the trail. And we came across this carnivorous plant habitat. There's a sign here along the highway, and there's lots of them. Really cool. Very pretty. Okay, we have finished 11 miles of road walking today. We've got this little road here that goes back to the trailhead for the Econfina section of the Florida Trail. So this is supposed to be a really nice section. Apparently in Hurricane Michael back in 2018 did a lot of damage to this section, from what we just recently heard this morning. But they've done a lot of work to try to replant and rehabilitate and clean it up over the last few years. So it may not be what it once was at this point, but sounds like it's still a beautiful section of trail. And we are somewhere around 2 feet below action stage on the river, so we should be in good shape. And we're off, back on trail. It's been a little while since we've had this, outside of a mile and a half yesterday. It's been a lot of road walking lately, so this will be really nice. We've got about 9 miles left to today, all trail. Really enjoying this section already, and we're maybe a half a mile into it, maybe a little bit more, but had some open space back there. We were just talking about how much everything is starting to leaf out and get green again, which is really nice. And then we kind of walked into this little tunnel section here, which is really pretty as well. Our first view of the Econfina. This is right here is called Cascade Shoal. That's that water coming over that angled rock there, apparently. Very pretty. Looks like great water. Nice and clear. Looking forward to drinking some of that a little bit later. A rare sight on the Florida Trail. Steps going up a hill on the trail. Huh. This is where we get our elevation change for the day. And here we go over the Two Penny Bridge. That's a fun bridge. It's a little bouncy, but not bad. Glad that it's here, that's for sure. Not a very large waterfall, but for Florida, with a flat landscape, that's pretty tall. Looks like it's, I don't know, 5-6 feet maybe, at most. Manzanas Bridge. Apple Bridge. Apfel Bridge. I don't know the word for bridge in other languages. Fender Bridge, named after the Fender.
Oh my gosh.
There it is.
But it was that old dude that was complaining all the time that made him build this bridge.
That's right, that's right. That's great, Fender Bridge.
Do you know what they're called? You should know what they're called. When you get older, you start forgetting.
Oh, it's, yeah.
There is mountain laurel.
A little touch of home for two Pennsylvania folk. Some mountain laurel, our state flower. Very nice, growing all through this section along the Ecofina River. All right, here we are, day 64 wrap up. Longer day today than yesterday at least. 19.6 I think officially for trail, although we did about 20 and a half, yeah, on our feet. So, but let's see, what was it? Well, we started out from the Baptist church this morning. 6:30, quarter 7, something like that. Road walking. It was 11 miles, I think, of road walking in total today. But it was 8 miles, I think it was, to get to the Dollar General. So that was nice. We just took a quick stop there, and just got some fresh fruit, a little bit, and some drinks, a couple of snacks, things like that. So, however, while we were there, we got a little bit of a surprise. Sorry, the bugs are out. Wilt. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. The man who
kind of the brainchild, I think.
Yeah,
behind that whole.
I think
hostile
not just
situation.
brain. I think physical as well.
Yeah, well, brainchild, and I think you organized it, and
yeah,
actually, yes.
Behind that Hillcrest Baptist Church hostel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he.
Which is finally named, by the way, the Wilton Hilton.
Yes, the
because
Wilton.
of Wilt.
Because after Wilt, yes. Yep. But we were just sitting in the parking lot eating our snacks, and a man yelled from across the parking lot and said, "Hey, are you hiking the Florida Trail?" And we said yes, and he came over
And he
Mm-hmm.
introduced himself. We're
intro-
like, oh my gosh,
Yes.
the Wilt.
The Wilt, yes. We know exactly who you are. Also not hard to miss because he is quite tall.
Yes.
And we were told that he was 7 foot tall. He's maybe close to that, but yes, he's quite tall. So that kind of gave it away as well.
Yeah, but it was nice. We
But-
talked with him for a couple of minutes. He
Yeah,
had
yeah.
to go home to his son, but
Right.
otherwise it was a nice surprise.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, and it was great to just meet him and be able to thank him for that space.
Yes.
That he, like you said, the brainchild. So that was great. Really nice to meet him. So then, well, we moved on and we finished our road walk basically.
Well, we saw
so-
the pitcher plant.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
space, which
yes.
was awesome.
Yes.
That we
the,
just kind of happened accidentally upon that.
right.
The
Yes.
the red pitcher plants.
Yeah, because we decided to just not bypass really, but
More safely connect to the Florida Trail.
right. Rather than walk along the whatever it was 4-lane highway or something like that, there was a little bit of a side dirt road, so we just took that to kind of
Residential. but-
yeah. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Basically, we just did a square around the corner, and yeah, there was this really nice carnivorous plant
Yeah, the red pitcher
habitat. But those pitcher plants, which is really cool.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, so we got to see that, and we may not have if we had continued the regular way. So that was nice. Yeah, then we finished off our walk, right? There was nothing else, I don't think.
No.
Okay, just making sure. And then, so we finished off the road walk, and then we met up with the Ecofina, we're calling it, creek section of the trail. But this section is beautiful.
Yes.
And we were really hoping that we'd get to do it and not have any issues because we had heard that it was so nice, just with water levels around the creek. But it looks like we're well below, 2 feet at least below the action stage. So we really got to enjoy trail
It's
today.
dry. The trail was dry for the most part.
Yeah, it was really nice. And beautiful. I mean, the creek is a little brown from runoff and things like that, but that's to be expected after a deluge.
Deluge. Yeah.
Okay, of rain a couple of days ago. But so we were hiking along then in that section, and suddenly we heard some singing coming from just off to the side of the trail.
I saw a flash.
And then I saw lots of orange, hat and shirt and all kinds of orange going on. And we rounded the corner, and who was there?
It was Lou
It was Lou.
doing some trail maintenance.
So Lou, who you haven't met, and we didn't even get a picture or video with him at all, but he's the man that picked us up and drove us the last 4 miles yesterday to the church.
And went,
And
insistent.
yeah, he wouldn't take no for an answer. But we came across him. He was out hiking and doing a little bushwhacking, he calls it, cleaning up some side stuff. Apparently I think he lives nearby
He does
along the
live
trail.
Mm-hmm.
And so he goes out and does stuff along the trail all the time in that section. And he was out and ended up hiking with us for several miles. I don't even
Maybe like 2.
I think it was
several.
I think it was more than that, but whatever. It doesn't really matter. He hiked with us for quite a while, and it was really cool because he gave us lots of historical information.
Telling us backstories,
Yeah.
bridges, and
Yeah,
land acquirement and different things like that.
yeah. How the trail came to be in this section, the Ecofina section. So that was really neat. I really appreciated that that he was there. He's 71, 72, I think, something
he's
like
older.
that. Yeah. Middle school teacher, and just loves history, and so we got to enjoy some of that. So thank you, Lou. That was really nice. And then we parted ways a couple of miles before we got here. He was going off up another trail to
his home.
I guess go home.
Yeah.
Yep. So tonight, we finished off the last 3 miles or whatever it was, and now we are at the Devil's Hole campsite. There's a number of campsites through this section, available spaces, but these 3 in particular take reservation,
Yes.
right?
And it's
Yeah.
free. You just have to reserve
Right.
it.
Yes. And just in case, I guess.
Just so it's manageable.
Right. There's no one else here with us tonight, so it's not really an issue. But yeah, it's very nice space. I'll show you that shortly. It was really nice. There are lots of bridges in this
Lots of
section.
bridges.
Lots of them, yeah. So, which is great to get over some of the divots and the ravines, they call it. Not that they're really deep, but they're, yeah.
It was much more rolly today,
Yes.
more so than we've ever had.
Yeah, ever on
Yes,
this trail.
ever,
Yeah. Yeah, we really got to stretch our legs a little bit today. It was really awkward getting, after so much road walking,
It's like
to get back on trail.
kind of forget how to hike on trail.
Yeah, it was a little different.
It's like,
But and then you just come up a hill, and it's not very long. It's only a couple of steps, but it's somewhat steep, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I forgot how to do this. So it was a good day though. It was nice to
was
get
good.
really nice to get back on trail. So tomorrow we have about 10 and a half, I think I said, or so of trail left, and we're doing 19.2 or something like that. The last, yeah, the last 8.5 or so are going to be road walking again, Highway 20, and we'll be camping right along the highway tomorrow night because there's nowhere else to go.
yeah,
That's just the way it is. So unless we stop really short in the woods and then
or go
press
really
on,
far.
or go really far, yeah, yep. So
Because I was looking at that too.
yeah, so it really doesn't make much sense, but there's a gas station we'll stop at shortly before, probably get grab a cold drink because it's going to be about 80 tomorrow, and then we'll do the rest. And there is a little creek just near where we're going to camp. So, but yeah, that's tomorrow. 19 miles again, and yeah, half of our day of road walking.
Though, in the road.
Ending.
That's going to be rough.
In the heat of the day.
Yeah.
Yep, that'll be the worst part. So it might be an early morning. I don't know. We haven't talked about that yet. But yeah, walking on trail early is going to be nice. So, all right, that is day 64. 64. Yes. All right, we will talk to you tomorrow. Have a good night. Here we are for the night at the Devil's Hole campsite. There are a couple of campsites along here of this stretch that you have to reserve a spot. Although it appears like on a weekday, at least, such as tonight, probably not an issue if you don't. We are the only ones here. Maybe busier times of the year it would be an issue, but this is Devil's Hole, right down here. Beautiful water source here. It is extremely clear. I'll go down or I'll show some pictures and or video of it closer up a little bit later. And but it's very clear water, spring fed, I think. There are lots of fish in it. We were able to obviously collect water for drinking, but also we dipped ourselves in and went for a little swim. Kind of washed off the trail dirt a little bit. So that was a nice little treat at the end of the day. It was chilly, it wasn't cold. So this is the site. There is a porta potty right over there, which is nice. This is accessible via road, so other people could easily come into this space. But this is us, picnic table. There you go. That is us for the night. Hope you're well and have a good night.